to Dear Memaw and Morgan. We are here with you today on, I think, our sixth podcast.
I think it is six
And
already.
six?
Yes.
Where'd the time go?
We get
Do you
there.
remember, Morgan, when we weren't even planning on starting this podcast till I don't know, April or something the
Right
next
next
year?
year. Here we are.
And everything happened. We kept getting all these messages from people who had questions.
Right.
Let me introduce myself. I am Mima, and this is my daughter.
I am Morgan.
Yeah, she is the oldest girl of five kids. So she's the second kid.
Yeah.
Only she's a grown up. She's not a kid.
Right.
Anyway,
I saw it. It's okay.
so I have a TikTok, and it's been growing and growing and growing. And what I do is give inspirational, motivational talks, I guess you'd say. And so we get questions from people constantly asking us questions. So what we're doing now is having you write your questions to us so we can actually go on this podcast and answer them for you. Because if you're asking the question, a lot of people are asking the question.
Right. You're not
So,
alone.
Yeah. So what we do is you email us the question, and we'll have all of this in our caption. But if you're listening to us on Amazon or what's the
Apple,
other ones?
Spotify.
Yeah, anything else? Just know that you can send the letter to DearMemawPodcast at gmail.com. And Memaw is Memaw. We won't use your information. So you don't have to worry about anybody else knowing that you wrote us the question. It's only me and Morgan. We're the only ones that see it. But let me just tell you this first. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I'm not anything. Well, I am something. I'm a
She's a
Mima.
mom. She is me.
And so we're just responding to this from my life experiences. And so, like I said, if you've seen my TikTok, which is TikTok Mima, you'll see so many talks on about everything you could think of, right, Morgan?
Motivation, right? Pep talks, whatever you need. It's something's there for you for sure.
Oh, and you got to tell them about the dances too, Morgan. You know.
You gotta go find the cheese dance. If you find the cheese dance, back to the comments, let us know you found the cheese dance. That's my favorite.
Yeah, let us know that you came to the cheese dance from the podcast. And that's with my son Trey. So he always gets stuck dancing with me because he lives closer. I'm in California, Morgan's in Florida, but we still make this work,
It happens.
right?
Yep, we make it happen.
Different time zone though, so
Right.
yeah, it's still light here, dark there, maybe. I
Right.
don't know, but
Right.
alrighty, all right, babes. So today's letter is one that I think the moms listening are going to feel it right in their bones. Um, don't you think, Morgan? I mean, Morgan is a married mom of three kids, so
Yes, I've definitely heard this from many different women. It's definitely relatable.
yeah. And it's been for a long time. It's not just something that's new and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and Morgan will read our letter. Let's go ahead and do this.
Here we go. I am reaching out because I'm tired in a way that feels bone deep. I'm married, we have two kids, and it feels like every single minute of my day belongs to someone else. My husband works and he's a good man, but when he's done for the day, he's done. Meanwhile, I'm working too, and I'm still the one handling school stuff, meals, laundry, holidays, appointments, literally everything. Mom life. If I ask for help, he'll do it, but it's a one-off. Nothing ever becomes something we both take on. It always lands right back on me. Most days, I feel like the default parent, the household manager, the planner, the problem solver, and the emotional support system for everyone here, and I'm exhausted. Sometimes I sit in the car in the driveway because I need a minute to myself before I go inside. I keep wondering if other moms have figured it out, something I haven't, because they seem okay while I feel like I'm barely keeping my head above water. I don't want to resent the people I love, but I'm starting to. I just need to know I'm not losing it. Signed, Rachel.
Rachel,
Ooh, Rachel, you are not alone, girl.
you are so not alone. I think maybe every mom out there has lived this. Like,
At some point, yes.
yeah. And so Rachel, you are not losing it.
No.
Not. You're just overworked and overwhelmed and stuff like that. But I thought about this later, and I hadn't talked to Morgan about this. But where did we get here? Like, where did we get here in our society that women do all the labor when it's at home. So let's just look back for a minute. Back in the day, men went out and worked and women stayed home. So when women stayed home, their job
Your
was,
responsibility, right? Was
yeah,
the kids, the home,
was
life.
exactly. And they were cleaning and child rearing and nursing and planning and emotional
Right.
labor, scheduling, holidays, and they literally did everything that kept the family together.
Right.
So all of it was still unpaid back in that day. And then if you look back into the 50s, do you remember the 50s when you see like Leave It to Beaver and that kind of stuff, how she has on this beautiful dress
Right.
and this apron
Right.
when the husband came home from work and she had dinner on the table, the kids were clean,
Right.
the house was clean.
So not reality.
Right. And so the expectations were that this is how a house is supposed to be when a woman takes care of it.
This is what we saw growing up. This
Yeah.
is what we could relate to growing up.
Right. And so it shaped a whole generation. It was marketing. It was marketing back then. And so let's fast forward to nowadays. Women entered the workforce, okay? They have degrees and careers, but the home labor, it stayed glued to them.
Right. All the
So-
same things plus working full time.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems like maybe the world told men helping your wife is optional, not your job.
Right.
Because our society had trained everybody to that, And then it told women, if your house is a mess, your fault.
You don't have it together.
fault.
Something's off. Right.
Yeah. So I want those that are listening to this to know we're going to try to break this cycle. We're still dragging this whole past with us, but modern women, tired to the bone. They're becoming resentful, invisible. It's like you said, Morgan, every minute of their life is spoken for.
Right.
So,
They're carrying everything. They have to do it all on their own.
and you guys, like your age, Morgan, you guys inherited a system that was already in place and designed at a time when women couldn't even have a bank account.
Right.
And it's still in place. It's still in place. So if you're overwhelmed or exhausted, it's not personal. It's historical. So
Not just you, baby.
yeah. And honestly, you're carrying 1,000 years of women do everything. So let's talk to Rachel about hers. So what is your opinion on this, Morgs?
Oh, I want to say first things first, communication, because what they don't know, they don't know, they don't know. And
Yeah.
sometimes, having a man is like having another child. So you got to remind him. Same way you got to remind your child, you got to remind him. It's not that he doesn't want to help, but if he doesn't know that you need the help, then he's not necessarily going to take initiative maybe to step up. You got to give him that reminder. Let him know, like, we're in this together. We're a team. It's not just me.
Right.
It's both of you together.
And I think for a long time, women just keep doing it and doing it and doing
Right.
it.
This
It's
is
like
routine, almost like
staying
second nature.
silent.
Right.
Yeah.
You just do
And
it.
then we get to a
properly.
point where you just go, I can't do this anymore. I
Right.
just
You have
cannot
that breaking,
do
and it's
this
something
anymore.
little sometimes, the smallest thing, and you're like, bro, this is too
Yeah.
much. This is too much. I can't do it all. But you don't have to do it all. That's the thing. You got married
Exactly.
for a reason. You got married because you're a team. You're not in this by
Right.
yourself.
Right, you are a team. And sometimes, Morgan, I think that men think when they're helping, they're just doing like one chore.
Right.
Oh, let me take out the trash. And that's just what their helping is. And we can't get mad at them because this is what they've also learned.
Right. Like I said,
So-
you don't know what you don't know. You got to communicate.
And you can still love your husband dearly and still feel like you're drowning in responsibilities he
Right.
doesn't even see.
Right.
And it's really hard to get mad at somebody who doesn't see it because that's the way the world has done.
I was just talking to somebody the other day, like, I don't even think men realize how much goes on in our head in a day, like dress down, picture day, lunches, field trips, forms, so many
Exactly.
things are not even laid out and seen. It's like just invisible things that are going on. But again, if you don't communicate it, your husband doesn't know. My kids had dress down all different schools, different days, different weeks last week, and it was trying to keep up with it feels impossible. It does.
Yeah, well, the thing is, our brains never turn off about it because we're going,
Right.
oh, or the lunch is
What's
packed.
next?
Who needs a lunch?
Right. What's
And
next?
Morgan has 3 kids in 3 different schools, so like that's even harder for them all to deal with,
Right.
and just keep track of. And we take on this responsibility, and it becomes difficult. But I have what I think might work for you, Rachel. So I think that the men need clear roles, clear roles,
Yes.
clear expectations, and consistency. So I think we don't say, can you help with the kids? I think we say, honey, you're in charge of bedtime every night. You're in charge of the trash always and the dishes always. You're in charge, honey, of every form that comes home from school that needs filled out for a field trip.
Right.
You're in charge of all that.
I cook
So,
and clean, some type of system.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and like you said, Morgan, it doesn't have to be those things that I just told you. I'm just giving you 4 examples.
Right.
Right. So, and you tell them that's your job always. Not just today, can you take off the trash? Always.
Right. Because I will say one thing, Memaw. If you just expect these things, you're going to get disappointed. Because the expectation without clear communication that's just, you're the only one who knows. So you can't expect him to pick up, read your mind. No, you got to communicate it. Give him responsibilities. I need this, 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 and this.
Right. And with the communication, I think we have to make sure how we do it also.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be drowning and all of a sudden just be really,
right.
mean and how come you never help? I'm always doing everything.
Right.
Yeah. We don't want it to come across like that
No.
because then the other person gets defensive no matter who they are.
Right.
You can't attack them. What you do is when you're calm, when you're not overwhelmed with everything, sit down and tell them what's happening and how you feel.
Right. And before you even get there, like Memaw said, pick like 3 things. What 3 things can I give my husband that I cannot have to worry about? And now that means on your part, you can't micromanage because I like to micromanage. And if it's not done on my time or my way, I'm like, but you didn't do it. You didn't do it. Nope. You give him those 3 things. He does it on his time and you trust that it will get done. You're not his babysitter. You're not his mom. He's an adult. He can take responsibility and get it done.
Yeah. And that's exactly right. And I'd like to just go with that a little bit further. Like, if they don't stack the dishwasher like you like the dishwasher stacked, so what?
The dishes are clean, life goes on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
You
my
know?
daughter's favorite thing to do is help fold laundry, and it stresses me out, but she feels helpful, and so I let it happen, and the washcloths are all messed up, but you know what? She feels happy, and she's proud of herself, so we let it happen.
And Morgan does cooking, and sometime you'll be getting information about the cookbook that she has.
Yes.
And her youngest daughter really likes to help cook.
She does.
And we know how much longer it takes to cook when we get help from little ones.
We're talking cutting and measuring and pouring and every aspect, she's on it.
Yeah. So we've got to do those things too. But let me just wrap this all up for us. Let me just tell you this. We're not blaming the men.
No.
We're not blaming the men at all. It's about retraining a system. That's why I told you where this came from. Because I wanted you to be aware it's not something where we're mad at the men.
Right. Right.
The world has changed a lot. And we still see the 50s in there. And we need to change with it.
Right.
So, and let me tell you what I hope. I hope that you guys are the generation that re-examines all this.
Right.
Yeah. And changes this. And even with the upbringing of our sons. You can't make your daughters all do chores and not your sons. We need to show them.
What's crazy is they want to help. My son sometimes loves to come in. Can I help you cook, Mommy? Can I do this? Can I do that? They want to be a part of the system. So include them.
Include them. And then what's healthy is when they see mom and dad sharing the roles.
Yes.
There's not a man job and a woman job. There's just not.
Yeah.
So Rachel, if you could just sit down and talk to him, I think that will come a long way for you.
Yeah.
So.
And communicating with him is not nagging. That doesn't mean you're being annoying. Like I said, we're not babysitting.
Yeah.
We're just communicating.
And I think sometimes just what women do or people do, the trash is still there. The trash is still there. So you just get huffy and mad, and I'm going to take that out. And maybe he had planned to. You know, like you say, you're not his mom.
Right.
You know. So
Right.
let him do it on his time, too. And I know some of you out there are saying, well, it'll never get done. Give it a chance.
Right.
Give it a chance.
Right. Again,
Okay?
not on your time. Not on your time.
Yeah, give it a chance. But we'd like to close this with thanking you for coming and listening to us. No matter where you're listening to us, you could be on YouTube right now or Spotify, one of those, wherever you're listening to us at. But we want to tell you, we're on all the social medias right now. So Morgan's going to tell you where they're at, because I'm old and I forget, so she'll tell you where we are.
We are on Facebook. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. And TikTok is TikTok Memaw. And Instagram and Facebook are both Memaw Talks. So if you find us on one, though, you'll find us on all of them. Look in the bios.
Yeah.
The links for all of them are there.
And where do they send the letters to us at, Morgan?
Please, this podcast could not be run without you and without your letters. We need them at DearMemawPodcast at gmail.com.
Yep. And just follow us. You'll appreciate that you did, and you'll see all the talks we've worked on for months and months and months.
Yes.
We literally have posted at least one talk a day, most of the time 2 and 3. Yeah. So there's everything that you can think of
Come
in
join,
those.
Come join us.
Yeah. Yeah, and we got a lot of fun stuff coming.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we have so much fun stuff coming that we're working on. Amazing. So
just getting started.
Yeah. And again, Morgan's cookbook, will be coming out soon. She's already got it done. We're just getting it printed and directly to you.
Yes. Maybe we'll have to have some Memaw Morgan Cooks podcast.
Oh my gosh. Would that be fun to do the cooking from California to Florida? I think that sounds great.
Sounds like
but we are going to go ahead and let you go so you can go make dinner or whatever we need to do. Yeah, we got to do this.
Yeah, right.
See, I don't make dinner. I call DoorDash, but
no, cooking for one. I understand. I'm cooking for 5, so it's different. It's different.
Well, Morgan, at one time I was cooking for 6, 5 kids and me, so I get it. Anyway, thank you guys for showing up. I love you, and I'm so glad you're here. And
Memaw Morgan out.